Hello guys, Scar9 here, and welcome back to my channel today. Today I'm going to be continuing my enemy evaluation series. In this series I take quick looks at the different enemies within Destiny, and I give a brief description and any tips I have for taking care of those enemies, and put them into one video. In today's videos we're going to be dissecting the Knight. The Knight is what I consider to be the 4th tier enemy for the Hive. I put it in the appropriate place on the pyramid that I've created. Remember that the top level is reserved exclusively for bosses, and enemies placed on each descending tier get weaker by tier. If you have missed any of my previous videos, you can click the enemy's name on the pyramid to be taken to that video. In my opinion, tier 4 is where the enemies begin to become a little bit tougher. The enemies placed on these tiers start to have a high amount of health and they tend to hit very hard. This is very reflective of the Knight. However, to balance out these stats, they also have a slower movement speed. Like the other Hive, the Knights look like they are slowly deteriorating. You can see bones and mangled flesh and stuff, and they share a very similar appearance to the Acolytes. They're just a little bit larger. The Knights are the first enemies that I've covered that can wield a variety of weapons. They can wield an arc gun called a Boomer, a void gun called a Shredder, or a giant sword. The Knights wielding the two guns appear fairly early in the game, and are some of the first tough enemies you encounter. So they're the first kind of challenging things, up to this point. You have a few tier 5 and 6, drags and thralls and stuff, but the Knights were some of the first serious and difficult things you fought. But however, the Knights wielding the swords weren't really that prominent in the vanilla game. There were a few missions where they appeared, but they weren't really important. However, in the Dark Below DLC, these Knights become more important than ones wielding the swords. In fact, there are 2 times in the Crota raid that the sword-wielding Knights are crucial, one of these events being killing Crota himself. The best tactics to take out these enemies varies based on what weapons they are holding. If they are holding guns, I prefer to get up close and quickly dispatch them with a couple of shotgun shots. However, if they're holding a sword, I like to take a more ranged approach because they tend to deal more damage. The Knights have this ability that makes attacking them more difficult. They actually summon a shield that absorbs a significant amount of damage and restores some of their health. The Grimoire card actually describes the shield as a Wall of Shadow, which I find to be an awesome name that illustrates the Knight's control of the darkness. One good thing is that the shield keeps the Knights from moving, so you can maneuver behind them and get a couple of shots in, which seems to be the best tactic in that situation, unless they're surrounded by a bunch of enemies. The Knight's other ability is to go Berserk. During this, they emit a red shroud and restore some of their health, and they charge towards you and trying to melee you and hit you for a lot of damage. At higher levels, the Knights can start to deal a lot of damage, so caution is advised before running headfirst into a group of them. Other than that, yeah, just be cautious and know what to do in the different situations. If they have the shield, go around them or wait for the shield to dissipate, and if they go Berserk, just stay back. But other than that, that's going to wrap up the video. In summary, the Knights are a fairly tough foe that deal and take a lot of damage. Watch for their 2 abilities, as these can affect the pace of the battle fairly significantly. So thank you guys for watching this video today. If you have any suggestions on bosses I can cover, any more topics I can do for videos, or anything I can do to improve the quality of my videos, please leave them in the comment section. While you're down there, rate the video and subscribe for more Destiny videos. See you guys in my next video.